Today, we're breaking down one of the most misunderstood and emotionally charged parts of the Bitcoin conversation. Bitcoin maximalism, toxicity, orange pilling, and the future of digital finance. This segment comes from Michael Saylor and Grant Cardone's interview. And Grant opens up about something many newcomers feel but rarely say publicly. A quote from Grant is, "I would have gone heavier into Bitcoin earlier if some of the Bitcoiners didn't talk to me the way they talk to me." In this video, Saylor responds with one of the most powerful frameworks for how Bitcoin should be shared with the world. Not through fear, not through doom narratives, but through love, empowerment, and improving lives. Then he shifts into a masterclass on digital finance, tokenization, proof-of-stake networks, and the laws shaping the future trillion-dollar token economy. So let's jump into the clip, and after Saylor finishes, I'll return to break it all down.
The reason I ask is because when I listened to the Bitcoiners, I was down in El Salvador, I went to that deal down there.
Okay.
The Maxis. Like, I would have got in Bitcoin heavier 4 years ago had the Bitcoiners not talked to me the way they talk to me. Like
they can get kind of toxic at times.
Dude, the world's coming to an end. Fiat's going to go away. The U.S. dollar's going to like that. I'm like, you guys are losing it. What advice would you give Bitcoiners for orange pilling, if you will?
My advice is
they're terrible at it.
Is you don't sell things through hate. You sell them through love. So tell everybody how their life will be improved. I'm going to show you how to make your country better, your bank better, your city better, you have money market, fine, put my product into it. You have a company, fine, put my idea into it. I'm going to show you how to make your product, your service, your country. You know, you have an ideology, you want this kind of diet, I disagree, fund it with Bitcoin. You have that religion, fund it with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is for everybody. Bitcoin is the universal economic empowerment. If you look at the world today and you think, how many differences of opinions do we have? A lot. How many of the people that bitterly disagree use electricity? All of them.
Yes.
How many people that bitterly disagree on politics drink water?
Right.
All of them. How many people that bitterly disagree agree to use computers?
Find the agreement.
We disagree over the computer.
Right.
And so present this as technology, and don't get drawn into the ideological debates and the political debates. I'm not here to destroy your business. I'm here to make your business better. I'm not here to undermine your ideology. Whatever your ideology, if you think the dolphins should fly and whales, should teleport, and whatever.
I would like it if the dolphins could just win a football game.
The blue demons coming down to turn us all into shuffle ducks.
Yeah, that's the turn.
You believe that, but just fund it with Bitcoin, right? I mean, like we don't have enough time.
Do you think
to try to change people's minds? And Henry Ford didn't try to change your mind. He gave you a car.
He built a car.
You want the car? Buy the car.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to change the politics in Europe or Russia or China or Japan or Brazil or whatever. I'm going to give you a bank account that pays 10%. You're getting 2%. You want it? Yeah, maybe you do. You're a bank. If you're threatened by that, my answer is, hey, why don't you just go take Stretch, build it into your bank account, and you offer your customers 8%, keep 2%. I'll power it for you, and you can crush all the other banks. And it's like, okay, you're going to be the first dude with electricity in your factory, I'm just selling electricity.
Yeah, quick round before I leave you, okay? Quick round. I could do another 2 hours with you. What's the longest interview you've ever done, by the way?
Longer than this. I've done 4 hours.
Yeah, okay.
4 hours. Actually, I did the Breedlove series, and there were days where we went 6 or 8 hours, but we chopped it into 1 hour segments and released it as a bunch.
What happens to Solana?
Yeah, my opinion on all the proof-of-stake networks, Solana, BNB, Ethereum, the like is
XRP,
is the digital assets economy is bifurcated. There's two sides to it. One side is based on proof of work. It's digital capital. Bitcoin is the king. There's a dozen other proof of work networks. And the killer use case is store of value, digital capital, if you will. Bitcoin is digital gold. And the killer app is digital credit. dividend-bearing securities backed by digital gold, right? That's that business. That is what I'm in. That's strategy. That's Bitcoin. Now, the other half of the business is digital finance. Digital finance is tokenizing your currency, like stablecoin. Tokenizing dollars, tokenizing real-world assets, tokenized gold. Tokenizing securities like bonds, tokenizing stocks, tokenizing Stretch, tokenizing MSTR.
When you say tokenizing, explain, what is a token?
What I mean is
how am I tokenizing it?
When I move stablecoin between, my Android phone and your iPhone on Saturday afternoon, it's Tether. Tether is tokenized dollars. Right, it's the ability to move a token that represents a bar of an ounce of gold, or a dollar bill, or a share of Apple stock.
So I've converted an ounce of gold to,
or Cardone Inc. issues 10 million tokens, and it's like equity in Cardone, or it's some kind of capital fundraiser, or Joe Rogan coin, or Trump meme coin, right? Meme coins, Katy Perry token.
Should I have a token?
It's like, probably, yeah.
Really?
At some point, but say you have a country club membership.
Yeah.
And the membership is, let's say the membership is transferable. It's more valuable.
Right.
And let's say it's transferable on a token, and you can sell it to anybody. You can post it on a market and let people bid on it in real time, 24/7, 365. Let's say you can take that country club membership and you can tokenize it, put it on a DeFi protocol, and borrow against it and lever it up 10 to 1 and trade it on Saturday afternoon. My point is, like, it becomes more valuable, right?
But doesn't somebody get stuck in that deal? Doesn't somebody get screwed? Like when it goes, let's say it's $1, then it goes to 10, then it goes to 100. Some guy in Vietnam said, "Fuck, I'm
not telling you to buy it. I'm just telling you. You're asking me what it is."
But somebody does kind of like
someone might lose money.
Yeah.
Somebody else might make money.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the argument for why the country club says we're not going to let you sell your country club membership. And the counter argument is, well, wait a minute. They didn't want me to sell it because they want to censor who gets to come to the country club. And so instead of selling it for $200,000 and making $100,000 and putting my kids through school, I have to give it back for nothing, and they screwed me.
Yeah.
Okay, so my point is, now we're talking about property rights. Should you have the ability to...
I'm with you. You got a good answer for everything. The guy's got more good answers for shit than I've ever come up with. I got to tell you.
Gary Gensler's position was, we shouldn't let you sell, raise capital because the investor might get hurt. But then there's 40 million small businesses.
He was the
in
SEC guy, right?
Yeah, he's the chairman of the SEC.
Yeah. So the non-accredited investor in America. I just want your take on this. Okay,
Yeah.
I interrupted you again.
Okay,
I apologize. Okay. I am your senior, though. And
it's your podcast.
And so Gary Gensler,
Your fans, your
Gary
audience,
Gensler,
your podcast.
they want to hear you, not me. But Gary Gensler, the SEC guy, he's gone now. He gets involved with a non-accredited investor, says they cannot invest with me because he wants to protect them. He's so worried about this person. But that same person can go spend their last $2,000 on tattoos, in a casino, getting drunk, Visa, MasterCard, buying Gucci's.
The issue is the nanny state. It's like, are you going to tell people how to live their life? And if I run a restaurant and I want to sell 1,000 restaurant memberships and tokenize it, and I want to promise people they get priority seating on the weekend, and I'm going to use it to raise $1 million so I can build my restaurant, it's capital formation. It put me in business. The people that bought it wanted to buy it. I wanted to sell it. And you got some regulator that says, well, it's possible at some point the person won't get their reservation filled, and there'll be a disgruntled investor, and so therefore I'm making it illegal for everybody forever. Okay, great, but then like 9,700 restaurants don't get launched because no one can raise money. And so at the end of the day, it's like, where do you draw the line? Am I going to stop you from buying a donut because you might choke on it? Right? I mean, what is the right remedy for selling you a piece of food that's got strep or botulism, or it's got food poisoning in it that kills you? Is the right remedy that I take 3 years and 40 million of lawyers to launch a restaurant? Because that's the status quo in securities law right now.
That's right.
Right? And the answer is, like, there's no restaurants. Right? If it takes $40 million in 3 years to launch a restaurant, there are no restaurants. But you admit people do go to restaurants and get drunk, get in the car, drive their car, kill somebody. I think the answer is hold the perpetrator civilly and criminally liable for the damage they do. And
Let
Lord
the
knows,
marketplace be
we got
free to
enough
do it.
laws.
Yeah, exactly.
We got enough laws about that. So, yeah, you're right. Something bad might happen. And I'm not telling you to do it or not do it, but what I'm saying is, back to your question, what's going to happen? You asked me what's going to happen with Solana, right? So
you're right. Dude,
you want the answer, or you want to talk about the theory of capital formation and the free world,
I want to get
right?
it all done, okay? Solana, Ripple, all of them.
And my point is,
yeah, please.
Those proof-of-stake networks, they exist to let you move tokenized currency, tokenized brands, tokenized securities, tokenized real-world assets around. Call it digital finance. It's a vibrant economy. It's fraught with controversy. Look, I couldn't even get through the description without you disagreeing with me about the use case on the network as I tried to pitch it to you.
Yeah.
So there are some people that think that, you ought to be able to issue, digital tokens rapidly, and other people don't think you should. And then there are some people that want to move money at the speed of light, and other people want to KYC it, and they fight over that. And there are some people that want to sell digitized securities to the world, and other people don't want them to travel to Pakistan or the UK. And so you've got an army of lawyers that are debating this stuff. And the bill that's moving through Congress right now, called Clarity Act, is meant to provide some bright lines around what you can do with digital tokens on digital exchanges with these digital finance networks. And right now we're in the gray zone. So, there's a million good ideas, and it could be a multi-trillion-dollar economy, and lots of money will be made. But there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions about, can I actually raise $10 million for my restaurant in 4 hours for $40, or does it take me 2 years? And where does securities law stop, and where does consumer protection begin?
Yeah.
And, I know what I ideologically think should happen, but it's above my pay grade, Grant. The decision will be made.
I don't think a lot's going to be above your pay grade here before long.
The decision is made in D.C.
If you hit that 5%.
There's a negotiation between the House and the Senate and the administration and the industry, and there will be a law, and the law will provide clarity on 70% of these ideas, and there will be obscurity on 30% of the ideas. And, will Solana defeat BNB or Ethereum, or will they all coexist? And it's a technology competition, a regulatory competition, a marketing competition, a stability and a finance competition. And if you're going to be invested in that market, you need to actually spend a lot of time to form an opinion on all those things. I'm not going to tell you who's going to win or lose.
Okay.
Any more than if you were to ask me who wins the AI race. Is it OpenAI or Gemini or whatever? I'd be like, it's all very promising.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win.
Somebody's going to lose.
The world is going to be a better off place with digital finance and digital intelligence. But, at the end of the day, if you want my investment suggestion,
please.
You either buy digital capital in the form of Bitcoin and hold it for 10 years because you trust nobody.
Yeah.
Or you buy digital credit from an issuer that you trust. And if you don't trust anybody, buy Bitcoin, right? If you don't trust anybody and to believe anything and you're the ultimate curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon?
Buy Bitcoin.
What is a curmudgeon?
Curmudgeon, you're just cynical and skeptical on everything and everybody and every new idea.
I know some curmudgeons.
Right, Bitcoin is, the investment of last resort for someone that hates everybody and everything and disbelieves any business idea. You just want to keep your money.
Two more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Last two.
Okay. Where do you have to liquidate? Where do you have to liquidate any MSTR?
I don't think we're liquidating. Look, we have $8 billion of debt, and we have $65 to $70 billion.
$57 billion of equity today.
Yeah. So in terms of Bitcoin would have to fall 90%
from here
for us to be sort of collateralized, to be one-on-one. At which point we probably would dilute the equity, and so it would be bad for the equity.
You would dilute the equity because you would just issue more shares.
We'd have to sell more equity. We're not going to, but the point is we're never going to liquidate. The equity is going to be a loser.
Yeah.
If Bitcoin fell to zero tomorrow forever, then the bonds won't come. The bonds will default.
Yeah.
Right. But a 90% drawdown, we wouldn't default.
Yeah.
Right.
That seems.
So if you think
safe.
Bitcoin is going to go to 10,000, I think we're good. If you think Bitcoin's going to $1 tomorrow forever, then yeah, the bonds would default. But
yes, I was in a family
that's
office.
like saying, New York City sinks underneath the ocean. If you think that's happening, your New York City real estate bonds will go bad too.
Yeah. Mogami could do it though. This Mogami guy. Okay.
Anything can happen. Is that your second question? What's the last question?
No, last question is, what do you think, okay, how do I pull off my real estate Bitcoin fund? What's the right way for me to pull it off? You're Grant Cardone. You're Michael Saylor into Grant Cardone's body.
I have to have a lot of facts to give you an
Okay.
intelligent idea.
Well,
give me the highlight of the facts.
got $1 billion of real estate.
Okay.
What do I do? Trophy real estate. You know what I got.
Yeah, it's trophy real estate. Put it together with $500 million to $1 billion worth of equity capital invested in Bitcoin. Wrap the entire thing together and get it public. Find a way to get it public. Take it public if you can. That's the best way.
IPO
Otherwise,
or
do
reverse?
The best is to do the IPO. You control everything yourself. So, so I would put the two together and I would IPO it, and that would be that way you're building it the way you want it, and there's no hair and no other.
But if I IPO it, I got to wait on the shelf. So,
when I was. I guess
this is where the lectures.
When I was 27 years old, a bunch of 23-year-old guys that worked for me said, "Mike, we want you to take the company public." I said, "Okay, guys," and 24 months later, I took it public.
Yeah.
If I could figure it out with no money and no experience in my mid-20s, then I think you could figure it out.
Yeah.
It must be possible to take a company public. I would do that. There are other ways to get public. You can do a merger, reverse merger, a SPAC, or whatever. But the big idea is bolt on. If you bolt on 500 million of Bitcoin to $1 billion of real estate, by the time you get public, it'll be worth $1 billion, and you'll be 50-50. And then you'll have the highest performance, most liquid, most interesting real estate company.
What you just heard from Saylor might be the most important advice Bitcoiners will hear this decade. You don't sell through the hate, you sell through the love. Saylor's message is simple. Orange pilling isn't about predicting doom, mocking fiat users, or dismissing people who don't get it. It's about showing how Bitcoin improves lives, banks, companies, cities, and even entire countries. Bitcoin is universal. It's like electricity, like water, like computers. Everyone uses them regardless of ideology, and Bitcoin is on the same path. Saylor reframes Bitcoin not as a war against the dollar, religion, politics, or culture, but as a neutral technology that anyone can build on top of. Have a business? Bitcoin strengthens it. Have a savings problem? Bitcoin fixes it. Have a political ideology? Bitcoin doesn't interfere, it empowers. This is the opposite of toxic maximalism. This is strategic Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin for everyone. Digital capital versus digital finance. Saylor draws a clear line. Bitcoin is proof of work. Digital capital, it's digital gold, stores value. It's the foundation for digital credit. It's the bedrock layer of the new monetary world. Then you have proof of stake. Networks like Solana, BNB, and ETH. They'll fall under digital finance, stablecoins, tokenized securities, tokenized real-world assets, tokenized memberships, royalties, and brands. A massive but regulatory-heavy, innovative playground. One is money, one is markets. Both matter. The coming tokenized world. Saylor describes a future where everything you own, country club membership, business equity, gold, bonds, stocks, even your restaurant, can exist as tokens, transferable 24/7, frictionless, worldwide. This economy will be in the multi-trillion-dollar range. And right now, we're in the gray zone. Debates, regulation, and the coming Clarity Act will determine what's possible and what isn't. Saylor has an investment conclusion. He ends his segment with classic Saylor clarity. If you trust nobody, buy Bitcoin. If you're skeptical of everything, buy Bitcoin. If you think the world is insane, buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the investment of last resort, the immune system against corruption, incompetence, and inflation. If you're enjoying the series, make sure to watch the earlier parts. This Saylor Cardone conversation is packed with insight, and we're breaking it down piece by piece to make it easier for everyone to learn. Study Bitcoin, understand Bitcoin, and empower others, not through fear, but through clarity.